to me! What's going on? Some kind of explosion or... Whoa! That's impossible! That wall's 50 meters high! Oh, God.
Attack on Titan. Oh, I cannot wait to talk about this one. So, season 2 just ended its run. Was it worth it? No, not really, no. But in order for me to talk about the second season, I must first talk about the first one. And for that, I must go back in time to 2013. Yes, I'm going back in time. The year is 2013. Microsoft and Sony just released their 8th generation consoles, and Xbox One cemented itself as the most disappointing console release ever.
Swipe up, 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 up.
After laughing at Marvel for the past 5 years, one of us finally saw the potential for the cinematic universe. And dear God, they tried their goddamn best to make one. What's this? As your fans are still licking their wounds from the... What the fuck is this? Fairy rape? Well, keep licking those wounds because this is not the end. But there was something on the horizon that no one saw coming. Something that just didn't took the Japanese market but the whole mainstream media by surprise. And I'm obviously talking about
오빤 강남 스타일 강남 스타일 낮에는 따사로운 인간적인 여자 커피 한 잔에 여유를 아는 품격 있는 여자 밤이 오면 심장이 뜨거워지는 여자 그런 반전 있는 여자
what? Attack on Titan. You might be wondering where was I during all this chaos. Painful memories those were. Yes, I was far away from the hype that was Attack on Titan. But apparently a friend of mine won't shut up about it. So I gave it a shot. To say Attack on Titan had an impact on me would be a huge understatement. The themes about freedom, going outside the walls, it all resonated with the squid inside of me. And at that moment, I knew what I had to do. But enough dwelling in the past. I must look forward to the future. Fuck my life. If you're living under a rock for the past 5 years, let me give you a brief rundown. These mysterious monsters came out of nowhere called Titans started eating humans. More than a third of human population got wiped away in one night. Having no place to run, humanity had to retreat behind the huge walls that protected themselves from the impending danger that is the Titans. Well, if you don't get it by now, it's a twist on a supernatural horror genre that has oversaturated the market for the past few years. But I did say a twist, didn't I? Well, the twist is that instead of mindless zombies, we get huge ass mindless zombies. And instead of guns, we get this thing called the ODEM gear. They use this thing to zip around these monsters and slice their freaking necks off. And believe me, the stunts that they do with this thing would make even Spider-Man blush. But in my opinion, the biggest reason for AOT success is this guy right here, Tetsuo Araki. Say what? You don't know who Tetsuo Araki is? Well, look at it like this. If Miyazaki is the Spielberg of the anime industry, then consider him the Michael Bay. But Mr. Araki has a huge advantage over Mr. Bay. Wanna know what it is? Well, fucking anime. And anime, dumb shit works. Wanna see an old man fight a dead battle with a deer? Well, here we go. Wanna see a few of the most epic speeches that makes you hyped to your very core but actually makes no sense when you start thinking about it? Well, here we go.
You can destroy the universe, but you can never destroy planets, friend.
You... What are you?
I am the hope of the universe. I am the answer to all living things that cry out for peace. I am the hope of the universe. I am protector of the universe. I am the light of the universe. I am the light in the... Nightmare to good! Allied to you!
How will Frieza be able to stand up to Goku? Now that the power of the suit has awakened within him. Miss the next exciting episode of Dragon Ball Super.
Anyway, my point is that Attack on Titan's director can make even the most mundane things the most epic thing ever.
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
To be honest, it wasn't a huge surprise to me how AOT turned out the way it did. Considering the material that he was given to work with, couple that with a unique art style that elevated AOT from the rest of the anime at that season. And I can see why Attack on Titan was so popular at that time. People usually like to say that Attack on Titan's characters are shallow, dumb, uninteresting, and underdeveloped. They're right. And the funny thing is, it kinda works. Attack on Titan's characters might not be as fun as Kamina or interesting as L, but the mediocre character just works for the kind of story Attack on Titan is trying to tell. Because it's not a personal story about redemption, reconciliation, or acceptance. It's the epic story of humanity as a whole facing their greatest enemy of all time, Mr. Hajime Isayama. What, you thought it was gonna be Titans? Oh no, the Titans are the last thing they need to be worrying about right now. Because this guy really likes to fuck around with his audience and his characters. The monumental amounts of what the fuck you will get in this anime is truly astounding. It constantly takes twists and turns so drastic, so monumentally insane, that it completely changes the narrative structure of the anime. And this guy is a genius, or he's a complete maniac. Whew. What an epic roller coaster of a ride it was, god damn it. Does it have its problems? Yes, it has some pacing issues and the characters are extremely bland. Even hard to remember at times. But it certainly does its job. It gives you moments of intense emotion that can be summarized in one word. You did good, anime. In fact, you did amazing. So, when is the next season coming out? Okay. You call this soon? Anyways, Attack on Titan Season 2 does everything that a good sequel should. It further develops the characters and gives you insight to the world that they are living in. Needless to say, I was very excited to know what would happen next. But while I was watching this series, I couldn't help but notice that a few things were different. For one, the tone of the series is completely different from the first one. The first one felt like an action-adventure story with survival horror elements sprinkled onto it. This one feels more like a survival horror story with action-adventure elements. The over-the-top nature has been significantly toned down. I don't know why they did this. Maybe they wanted to accentuate the feeling of dread, loss, and misery. Who knows? Not to say it doesn't have its moments, but it doesn't even come close to the cathartic nature the first one used to have. And it feels like it's circling around the plot rather than actually going forward. For example, you do know all the secrets of the walls, don't you, Mr. Priest? Yes! Tell me! No! Tell me! No! Okay. Wait, what? Hey anime, what the fuck?
What?
He knows everything, why don't they just torture him?
Doing that might cause a humanitarian crisis.
What? They are already in a humanitarian crisis.
The secret is too great and he has taken a vow not to speak. He will not break his vow.
So you're saying he won't reveal the answer even if he is tortured? By the way, I'll not tell you the answer to all your questions, but I will tell you the one person who knows all these answers. Go talk to her, she knows.
Look over there.
There you are.
Yes, this thing might be the most interesting and compelling thing in the anime. Good job, anime. You finally gave me a hook. Oh boy, I cannot wait to know what would happen next.
Actually,
Let me guess, he's barely in the anime, isn't he?
I have character development.
Yes, you do have character development, don't you? Still doesn't change the fact that charismatic is a block of wood. It feels like it's compensating for the lack of character development by cramming in backstories. And fun fact, cramming in backstories doesn't make them interesting. Well, I'll give you this. I recognize their faces now. If that was your goal all along, then you did just fine. For the most part. A few of the characters' backstories gives you more questions than answers. I'm talking about your Mead's backstory. I'll give you this, the reveal was totally unexpected. But her backstory is so confusing and convoluted.
You're saying you couldn't follow it?
No, it's not like I couldn't follow anything, it's more like I want to know what's going on. Who are they? What is this place? What the hell is that serum? Who is the first king? I want to know all the answers to these questions. Wait, you just want me to read the manga, don't you?
If you want to.
Fuck you, I'm not gonna do that. It was somewhere around episode 5 that I finally figured out what's wrong with the series. Well, it's standard. Everything is just fine. It's good.
What is your problem?
Well, you're Attack on Titan. And if I do know anything about Attack on Titan, at least from the anime version, then you should be anything but standard. I could pick plot holes all day if I want to, but that's not a problem here. Season 1 also had a lot of plot holes. But you know what it also had? A sense of scale. A sense of scale and weight so huge and immense that it foreshadowed everything. While watching Season 1, I never thought I was watching a TV show. I always felt like I was watching something special. And indeed it was. Compare Season 2 to that. It's not as nearly as satisfying as the first one, and it feels like a filler arc. Wait, I take it back. It doesn't feel like a filler arc. It is a filler arc. Nothing of that significance happened in this anime, and it sets up things for Season 3. Well, I don't know whether to be happy or sad about it.
What are you talking about? The identity of the armor and the Colossus are revealed.
To be honest, it came as more of a surprise than an actual shock. You gave me 4 years to speculate, don't you think I could have figured it out by now? And it turned into the armor for no reason, don't you think you could have waited for the right time?
The Survey Corps knew their identity. If they waited longer, they would have been captured.
They don't know that. Pretty convenient if you ask me. And what's with that?
What?
That.
It's a mystery plot involving titans.
Oh boy, what incredible mystery. I cannot in my life of God figure out what's going on. What might be the answer? What might be the answer?
As I said, it's a mystery plot regarding the identity of the titans. Are you stupid? You couldn't figure out such a simple thing.
Now I want to know how they turn into titans, not what they are. That's another thing, you give me answer to the question that I already know, and not give me the answer that I want to know. And that makes it more annoying when you can see the answer is staring right at your face. Torture him! Punch him in the fucking face!
Read the manga.
No. Okay, I'll give it this. There are two things in the anime that I legitimately like. For one, the character of Irwin. Despite having a decent amount of screen time in season 2, it felt like he had the most character in the anime. He doesn't care for himself or anybody else. The mission comes first. Casualties be damned. That's interesting. I would like to know more about him. You see, anime, you don't need to dedicate a whole episode to one character just to give me the same answer that I already know.
Run.
And is it just me or he looks like Armin's father?
It's just you.
Another guy that I thought had a really interesting arc was Mr. Hans. He had a likable personality and God forbid he was fun to watch. And he even added some depth to the king of static characters, that is Mr. Yeager. You did good, anime. Bravo, bravo. Here, have the cookies. You deserve it. What? He can control titans now? How? Why? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, it does make a bit sense, but give me those cookies. You don't deserve it. Explain, what the fuck happened? Did he make friends with his inner QB or something? And if he can't control titans, then what's the point in fighting? Oh yeah, of course he can't control that power. Extremely convenient if you ask me.
Are you angry?
Infuriating would be the word I would like to associate myself with right now.
But season 1 also had a cliffhanger.
Yeah, season 1 did have a cliffhanger too, but it has that epic fight scene on the city. It was satisfying. This one is not. It's just a huge cliffhanger for the next season.
Wait for season 3. Wait for season 3. Wait for season 3. Wait for season 3.
My name is Historia. Where am I? My head feels heavy. Hey, have you seen Commander? I can't find him. What? I bring very important news regarding the recent activities of the Titans. Forward, soldier. This soldier is the sole survivor of the recent attack on Trost district, and we believe he holds vital information regarding the identity of the Titans. Go on. Ooh, he's saying humans are Titans. No! Don't you think he's trying to say something else too? No, I'm pretty much sure I know what he's saying. Well, of course you are. We wait for the next season. You ask why? The layout is not just any other anime for me. It kinda reminded me why I watch anime, and I want to experience it as one. And mark my words, I will know what lies beyond those walls, without resorting to the manga.
それについてみます。